the one and only Tiffany E, aka Sex9 TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can drink it. If you're underage, don't be drinking, okay? Go on and get you some juice or something and sit back and listen as we kiki and holler about wrestling. Because over here, you get a plethora of things when it comes to my show, okay? You get wrestling commentary.
No benefit of the doubt. Dr. Phil say don't do that. Dr. Phil say when somebody show you who they are, and so did Maya Angelou, believe them. Them two hoes are snakes. They been snakes, and them hoes was like that when you got there, and they like that now, so fuck them both. And they did the right thing by letting them headline WrestleMania. They most definitely deserve to headline WrestleMania. And that is how you close a mania.
What else we get? You'll also get a weekly recap of every single show that WWE has to offer. Monday Night Raw after show, NXT after show, and of course a Friday Night SmackDown after show. You'll also get a recap of all the big 5 PLEs. I even do the Saudi shows for you. And then, if it's good and worth the time, I may even throw a little AEW in there. But of course, I will do my best to make sure I recap as many PLEs as possible. If I don't have it, then I'll throw it to one of my friends who do know it. We also cover pop culture, and we have really good time over here with lifestyle and just giving advice. So, if you're ready, it's showtime. And that is on the ancestors, baby.
Whoa! What was that? Ah, very peculiar, don't you think? Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. NXT is over. I had to watch it a little bit behind, so that's why I'm a little late with this show. Okay. Let me close my door so I don't disturb my daddy too much. All right. Hello. Hola, party peoples. How are you guys doing? I hope you had a good day because we're getting ready to run through NXT's Halloween Havoc Night 1 because it was a good night. 2 titles changed hands tonight. So let's get into it. Okay. First things first. I'll eat your brains. Okay. If I sing anymore, then they're going to get me copyright strike. But if you don't know, you're right. That's Nicki Minaj. Oh, monster, give me all stuff. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, top commenters of the day. We go on in the top 5. Okay, top 5 commenters of the day. It goes to Kayla. She was numero uno. Then you've got Nika. She was numero dos. Okay, Janelle tres. Young Boy J cuatro. Cinco. Kayla can't get it again, okay? So we're going to move on to Pierre. Cinco goes to Pierre, okay? Thank you for being the top commenter of the day. Please do your girl a solid and like this video, okay? Comment if you like. If you don't, just give me a like on the video, okay? And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because it helps your girl out, okay? That pushes my videos out. That gets more people to see them. And it gets me trucking along, okay? With all that being said, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about Halloween Havoc. Yes. We get ready to be talking about it. Hold on a second. Let me post the video for my Instagram. All right, let's post it. Let's get it up because I didn't put it up yet. Because like I said, I was watching mine's late. I was a little bit behind. That's why I didn't get the show up and going until around 10, 20, 10, 15-ish. Okay, so that's posting. Love that for me. Great. All righty. Hello to everybody in the chat. How are you guys doing? Okay, let me go up here and see Rico. He said, watch for the Ravens because Lyra's making NXT her haven. Congratulations to Lyra, but we'll get to Lyra in a second. Okay. Made it and told me time for the main event. Oh, good, Tirzah. You got to see the last match of the show. Okay. She said, good match until the end. Not until the end. I guess they need someone lesser than for Jade to beat. I'll explain that in a second. Let's start off with how the show started off. Let's get into the first match of the night, which was the Devil's Playgrounds match between Kiana James and Roxanne Perez. This actually was a fun match to watch. I liked it. The swing set was a bit comical, but I will say for the most part that they utilized each part of the set to the best of their ability. There's a rarity where Kiana puts on a bad match, if ever. So her and Roxanne have good chemistry. Kiana's the type of wrestler where she has excellent chemistry with any and everybody. So her match with Roxanne was good. It was solid. Roxanne was good and solid. I really enjoyed this match with Kiana and Roxanne. It was very fun to watch. It was very, very good. With all that being said, Roxanne was the victor in this particular match. Kiana James thought she had the drop on her. She picked a decent purse this time. Her gear was a bit questionable. Not to mention, Kiana had a knot the size of a small golf ball on her forehead, and it was bleeding and swollen beyond belief. I was like, girl, the amount of space that your forehead has to have for you to house a knot that massive on your face is astronomical, okay? Because, baby, she was walking around like she had a third eye, okay? She was walking around like she had a new horn growing out her forehead. I said, Kiana, Roxanne knocked the shit out of you, baby, okay? Girl, she told your little ass up. Roxanne walked out still pretty. Kiana was like, bitch, I need an ice pack. Poor babies. Ultimately, though, the girls kicked off the show and gave us a real strong setup for the next couple of matches. Every match on this card was decent. There was no match that was poor or bad or not fun to watch. All of the matches on the card were good matches, okay? Sir, let me get you all comments, okay? The corporate countries, yeah, but she got fucked up and she lost. She lost. So it was a good day for us all. Because we don't have to look at Kiana and her fake ass helicopter running around talking about how she beat Roxanne. Well, anywhoosies, let's mosey on over to Mr. Lexus King. Okay, baby, this man slid out in his chair. The chair, he came out in a king chair, okay? But the chair is on a little, I guess they had it on a little conveyor belt, or they was pulling it, within in the smoke. But they slowly slid him out while he was sitting in his chair, honey. And baby, that was an entrance for your ass. It was giving very much rock star, which I like. It fit him. He got gorgeous, bouncing blonde hair. It looked healthy. He could use a few bottles of conditioner though. It looked in just a little bit of a trim, and then he just need a little bit of a treatment and a little Earl just so it can have that nice shine. But it's got real good bounce. It looked like it's real thick. His hair was lined up good. Baby had a nice lineup, but he shaved off his mustache and goatee and just got the beard part. He looked nice. He looked good. Now, he was wrestling Dante Chen, okay? And for the most part, Dante Chen did not give him an easy win. Lexus had to fight for this win, okay? And he won. He did his move on the ropes. I can't tell you what the move is. I don't remember if the commentary called the name out. I'm sure somebody in the comments know, because I'm terrible with move sets and I'm terrible with move names, okay? All in all, I would say this for this to be his debut match, Lexis King looked very good. He's never been a bad wrestler prior to him being in WWE. So him being there and having WWE style of wrestling down as quickly as he has had it, I'm not surprised. He is a talented wrestler to begin with, and he's gonna excel in WWE. The NXT is just his first stop. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with him moving into, his tenure in NXT. Out of that, moving into a main roster stuff. Like, it's gonna be an interesting time for Lexis King. But his best work, I probably will say his best work is probably gonna be on NXT, and we've yet to see the best that he has to offer. But for his first match, I thought he did pretty damn good. And shout out to Dante Chen for being like, I ain't no bitch. I ain't no bitch. You ain't just finna beat me. You feel me? You ain't finna just take me out. You gonna have to earn this motherfucking win. You understand? Dante wasn't having it. She said, I want to be a fuck ass. Child. Fuck ass Kiana got her ass whooped by Roxanne. She got her ass whooped so much so she had a knot on her forehead. Baby, that girl face is tore up. I didn't have to call her fuck ass Kiana today because she got that ass whooped properly. So it wasn't nothing else to talk about, baby. But like I said, Lexis King, very good match with Dante Chen. We love that for him. Now, let's get into this tag team match. This was the first set of titles that changed hands. Hear me when I say this. The titles changed hands. Chase U are the tag team champions. The family have lost their titles, okay? Baby, when I tell you that this was a whole kiki, they was wrestling in this match. But when it got to the end, JC was a big proponent as to why Duke Hudson and Andre Chase got them titles. Now, what JC did was she tried to get Andre Chase to be a little bit more crafty in his match. And she gave him her crowbar, to which Andre declined. He said, that's not how we do in Chase U. This is not how it's going to go down. So he gave her crowbar back. JC climbed on the ropes while the Don was trying to do his, running the ropes. He ended up knocking JC off. He was kind of, distracted by that. This allowed Andre to get a roll up, and he was able to pick up the win. Chase U are now the tag team champions. I screamed. The scream that I scrumped. I just knew that these fools was not winning these titles. Especially when I saw that little Batmite Thea with that damn towel. I'm like, something about this don't smell right. It don't feel right. I don't like it. Something stank. She didn't throw in the towel yet. But I guarantee you, no matter who they go up against to defend them titles, whether it be Los Lotharios or whether it be the Creed brothers, when they do defend them, I guarantee you that one of them, whether it be Thea or JC, is going to cost them damn titles. I am putting money on it. I'm telling you, okay? But for now, our favorite resident university, Chase U, is now holding championship gold. And to be fair, I can't be any more happy than I already am for them. I love Chase U. I think they're absolutely hilarious. They're fun to watch. They give you so much variety when it comes to the tag team division and just the roster as a whole. Duke Hudson really came into his own in this particular character. And I was telling my husband earlier that if Duke Hudson hadn't joined Chase U when he did, I honestly don't know if he would have made it to stay in WWE, because his character was just so one noted. There wasn't much to him, but this version of Duke has a lot more character. He's lively, he's fun to watch, and in the ring, he is sensational. Andre Chase is great as a character. He's fun to watch, he's lively, and he's awesome in the ring too. I love the family as the tag team champions. They did an excellent job as a good face set of champions. But Chase U moving into championship goal is just, it's a culmination of things that should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion. I really, really, really love that. Not Malcolm being confused as to why Becky was fighting tonight. I had to break it down for him. Oh, talking about something stinking. Survivor Series is stinking. The whole city fishy as fuck. Hey, Nicole, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I can't talk about that on here today. I got to say that for the pod. She said, happy for Chase U. All right, y'all. We're going to move on to the matches that they didn't put the cards up for. I had them when they originally went live, but then I deleted everything off my computer to clear up some space. So we just going to talk about it. The last two semifinal matches for the women's breakout tournament happened today. And what I told you was going to happen is what happened. Kaylani beat Ariana Grace. Therefore, Lola was going to beat Carmen Petrovich. I told you that them two hoes was going to be the last ones in this tournament. Okay? I'm still saying Lola going to be the one to win. Now, if Kaylani ends up winning, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm telling you right now that Lola's thick ass is going to be the one who going to win. And that's going to be boring because she boring. Okay? I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but she is boring. I don't understand the appeal of that woman, but everybody else seems to love her. I find her to be quite average. I don't see her MMA work don't really help her in this regard, because Carmen Petrovich got her by a long shot, because in that damn match they had tonight, Carmen was whooping her ass. For the better part of that match, Carmen had her motherfucking ass. If Carmen had just made one fatal error, she did not think about how Lola would be able to counter her move set with her own. She did not factor that in. That's what cost Carmen her match. But if Carmen had stayed on her ass the way she was in the beginning, Carmen could have easily won this match. She could have won. Now, I didn't get to see Kaylani and Ariana Grace's match because I was helping out my nephew and my husband. He had to take my nephew home because this week I'm gonna be watching him. So I didn't get to see that match. But I knew that Kaylani was gonna win it. So I was fine with that. And Ariana is she's got a nice campy character that I think is funny. Like she's very funny. So I I like her character because she cracks me up. And she is exactly like her father, which makes it even better. She's just funny. She said, right, because 2 + 2 ain't equaling 4, baby. I'm telling you. She said, I think Lola winning and that contract is going to be unsuccessful. I'm telling you, she going to win. Now, whether it's unsuccessful or not, I ain't going to predict that. I'll leave that to Nicole. I'll let Nicole have that. But that girl is winning that contract. She's winning it. She said, he dead ass said, babe, why is the man fighting tonight? Ain't she already in WWE? And I'm like, yeah, she is, but she's the NXT Women's Champion. Then I went to explain the 4 Horsewomen and how she was the only one that never won the NXT title. She got called up to the main roster before she was able to challenge for it again. This is very true. Plus, they didn't really see it for Becky the way that they saw it for the other 3. And usually when they do that, the one that they don't see it for the most, if they don't fire him, is the one who becomes the most popular and the biggest star of the company, which is what happened with her. And I'm glad because Becky, I'll put it this way, and somebody might take this the wrong way, but don't take it the wrong way. Hear what I'm saying first. Listen, take it in, take a beat before you respond, and then respond to me, okay? When you are not handed everything and you have to work for it, you tend to appreciate it more. This is no shade to Bailey, Sasha, aka Mercedes, or to Charlotte. Okay. But this is what I mean. When you look at a woman like Becky, Becky is more than willing to give people chances that normally wouldn't get one. Somebody like Lyra probably would have never been champion if it hadn't been for somebody like Becky Lynch being there. You wouldn't see the girls on TV like we see now with Xia Li getting time. You see Candice now getting time. You see people like Indy Hartwell having good matches. She had an excellent match with Becky Monday. You see people getting opportunities because she's creating them. Now, everybody does it different. Charlotte does it, but like, I want the best to come up against me. I'm not going to fight any and everybody, which is fair. I don't have an issue with that. But like I said, when you are always fighting to prove yourself and you are on the verge of always being the odd man out, it lights a fire that nobody else has. It has its own version of passion. And that's what Becky has, is undeniable. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I don't mean this disrespectful either. Like, I really want you to be clear. I really want to be clear when I say it, because I don't want to be disrespectful. But when you have somebody like Mercedes, who's pretty much been told her entire career she's great, she's great, she's great, and she never really, and it's not that she never had to work, because Mercedes had it rough. She's not somebody who just been handed everything in her life. But Mercedes had an easier route to the top in WWE than Becky did. So now you have somebody who has a different appreciation for it than, say, somebody like Mercedes would, or somebody like Charlotte, who was fast tracked the moment she got there. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level of passion. It's a different, it just is different. It's coming across different. So the girls, each girl has their own level of passion, and each girl presents it differently. Becky's comes from an insatiable need to prove herself that she is just as good, if not better. Bayley's level of passion is there, but hers is strictly about maintaining that women's division so it can be a force to be reckoned with. It's strictly about pushing the boundaries. Charlotte's is always about proving that no matter if you male or female, you can be at the top of the mountain. And her goal is to always be the best and one of the greatest. Mercedes, on the other hand, is somebody who loves the glory. She likes the limelight. She likes the admiration, and she lives for that. She strives for it, and she can become a bit arrogant. It comes across as arrogance. It's high confidence, but it also can be perceived as extreme arrogance from her by how she speaks to people and how she talks. But her skill set is undeniable as well. Each woman has their own version of passion, their own level of intensity. And Becky's just has to be, it comes from a workhorse type of passion, the very same passion that her husband shares, which is why it makes sense that they're together. And it also gives you a better insight into how they would probably work in their dynamic as a couple. But that's a whole different conversation for a whole other day. Okay. I just want to make sure I went into that, because I think a lot of people, they don't really give Becky, she gets it now, but I always saw what Becky was capable of when she first got there. And I remember when I saw her as the last girl, I'm like, Becky is a star. I don't understand why people are shitting on her. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna keep it pushing, child. She's winning, but that cash in will be unsuccessful. Talking about Lola, okay. I will agree with that. I'm gonna wait and see. I want to see what they're gonna do, but I knew her ass was gonna end up in the finals. I fucking knew it from the beginning. Becky and Bayley were always my favorites out of the four of them. Excuse me. I just had a little hiccup. Sorry about that. I agree. Right. We had 5 women's matches tonight. Listen, the girls was out there eating. Okay. Them girls was out there performing and working. Okay. The only men's match we had was the tag team and Lexus King's match with Dante Chen. Both very good matches. But bitch, they did not set they didn't set the tone. The girls work, and Shawn Michaels booked that show very, very well. For that to be night one, they did an exceptional job. Exceptional job. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate the agreements. I appreciate the slap, the handshake. Appreciate you, Teresa. Anyway, Becca reminds me of how I was in high school. I was never naturally athletic like everyone in my family. So I had to bust my ass to grow and succeed in sports, in the sports that I was in. Like my ass was working out 5 times a week. That's why I appreciate and relate to her. Facts on Becky being the odd one, but she proved the doubters wrong. I honestly don't think that she was odd. I just think that everybody don't recognize star power the same. And I think when it came to WWE, they have a very linear way of looking at things. And I think that Triple H may have overlooked Becky just slightly, because had he had gave her a little time to really develop, but even Becky has said she didn't really know who she was yet as a character and moving into that space until she came across John Cena. You know what I'm saying? But I always knew that Becky was a star. I always saw it in her. I always knew out of all of them that she was going to get there. It just took her a little bit longer than the others. But just because you're a late bloomer doesn't mean you are not going to be successful. It just means your time is going to come later in life, which literally means, in a sense, that maybe you appreciate the trials that you're going through to get to the success. That's life, babies. Message. Anyways, I always saw it too. I, for one, thought she was absolutely gorgeous, bone structure for days, honey. But she was on my shit list for a while during her feud with Bianca. But even during that, you can see how incredibly giving Becky was to Bianca. Their matches reflect that too. I 100% agree. Nicole said my ass knew. She always know. Nicole always know. One thing I will say, and I have always said this about her, but she has an eye for picking talent. She always has since I have known her. And every time we get new recruits or new people, Nicole is like dead on with their longevity, how they're going to move into, like, if they're going to be great, if they're going to be stars. She always picks them out. Like, she had the Creed brothers pegged the moment they got there. I was like, I don't really like the Creed brothers like that. They was very quiet and they ain't really give much. I ain't see much personality yet. So, but Nicole was like, no, Creed brothers is it. Diamond Mine is it. And I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know. To quote Nicole on Becky, I was right and I love being right. She does. She does. She demands her flowers. Okay. It kicked me out. I'm back. I got it clear. He definitely was a late bloomer. Yep. Nicole. I pegged Fallon from the moment I saw her. I pegged Fallon. I knew Fallon got it in her. Today, Fallon showed her ass today. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. So Tiffany Stratton decided to get her tacky ass up there and talk and telling everybody how she just waiting on who's going to be the next NXT Women's Champion, if it's going to continue to be Becky or if it's going to be Lyra Valkyria, right? So Fallon come walking up dressed like Tiffany tacky ass, and bitch, she is pretty and blonde, honey. I was like, damn, Fallon, maybe blonde is your color. She is gorgeous, girl. I was like, okay, Fallon, giving face, giving body. And she served Tiffany's ass on a hot steaking platter, honey. Served her. I was like, ooh, girl, she read your ass for filth. Ooh, baby, that was messy. I like to know it was messy as hell. I love a little mess, honey. Let me see. Can y'all hear me now? Is everybody in here? Hello. There we go. Y'all can hear me. She was so pretty. She looked so pretty with her blonde hair. And I was just like, oh, Fallon is going to be a star too. They just got to give Fallon the time. Give her the opening. Give her the placement. Fallon got you. Fallon got you, okay? I've always seen it for Fallon because I really liked her. Personality wise, the whole nine, Fallon is good people. She good. She got it good. Even if she turned heel, Fallon's gonna be great. And in the ring, she's not like somebody who's like super sloppy, and she's very good at her ring awareness, which I really like that about Fallon. She gonna be a star too. I can see it. But anyways, now we covered the women's breakout tournament in its entirety. Okay, facts. That's facts. That is 100% facts. Now, both of the girls have made it to the semifinals, well, the finals, and now it's going to be Lola versus Kaylani next week, I believe. We got one more match to mention that happened. It was a lights out match with Gigi Dolan and Blair Davenport. Okay. Okay, is you going to put the picture up? Okay, thank you. Look at that face. Look at Gigi's face. She is serving. Okay, she's giving. Anyways, these two had a match. I'll say some parts of this match were wonky. Blair took forever to set up that damn table on the outside. I don't know if it was because it was dark and she felt like she couldn't see or what it was, but she took an unnervingly long time to set this fucking table up. Ultimately, the girls was out there fighting. Gigi was beating Blair's ass for a little bit. They was going back and forth, and Gigi was getting her together for a minute. But as luck would have it, the luck was not on Gigi's side. She ended up going through this table. Blair hit her with her little knee move at the end, and that was murder, she wrote. Blair won the match, and that was it for the lights out match. But for the most part, they worked pretty well in that match. They had good moments, especially Gigi. Gigi looked really good in that match. But Blair bested her. You know, there was nothing that anybody could do. Okay. And let's talk about the little side stuff. She don't. I was like, oh, she gonna be cooking in a couple years, period. Gigi don't be winning shit. She won the last match she had with JC when they had that weapons cage match. She won that one, but she ain't win this one with Blair. Blair got the drop on her in this match, and it was murder she wrote, child. But she always looked really pretty. And she had her hair in this kind of wild, messy mane-like look. It was super curly and fluffed out. That was cute on her. And her gear was cute. I don't know what the Blair thought she was doing. She came out there as that little kid from It. But my thing with Blair is that everybody should fear her. Like that's what she says. That's how she touts. So I was like, girl, why didn't you come out with the it stuff on? Why did you come out dressed as a little boy? He ain't scaring nobody. He dead. I mean, sure, I guess. Whatever works for you, babe. Anyways, so let's get into some of these side little vignettes and video stuff. So Noah and Dar and them. Now to give y'all the clues or give y'all the keys to the kingdom. Shotzi and Scarlett were the hosts of the show today, and they're gonna be the hosts tomorrow. Okay, I mean next week. Sorry, not tomorrow. Next week. They did a good job hosting. Shotzi's costumes was on fire. Okay, Shotzi was Pinhead. She was Edward Scissorhands, and then they've gotten the back, and they was the two twins from The Shining. You know, the twin Shining outfit was cute. I liked Shotzi's outfit in the beginning. Somebody help me. Was she Marie Antoinette? Is that what she was? Like a dead Marie Antoinette? Somebody help me in the comments, because she had that kind of look on. You know what I'm saying? She just had the blood around her neck, like her head got cut off. You know what I'm saying? But she also was like a vampire, like a sexy vampire when Shotzi was Edward Scissorhands. And then towards the end, they were the two twin girls from The Shining. Now, what we got from that is Noam Dar. Noam Dar was in the back getting tarot cards from Scarlett. And Scarlett read her cards and she put it out. That's what she was. Okay, so she was Marie Antoinette. Okay. Okay. Very good. No, Kayla. Little Georgie was enticed with the red balloon. That's what the red balloon was about. That he was the paper boat just led him to it. The balloon is what, enticed him to pretty much, die by the hand of that thing. Anyways, y'all, let me get some of this. She said Blair gives the snort lines before her match. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Woo, that's messy. Tears of messy today. She's a messy queen. Yeah, Shotzi was she was Pinhead, and she was Scarlett was Marie Antoinette. I love Marie Antoinette. The Sofia Coppola movie is my favorite. It's my comfort movie. I'm sorry, I don't know why I put favorite in there. Yes, she was Marie Antoinette because she was beheaded. I thought so. I wanted to make sure before I said something out the way. I think what you're correlating, Kayla, is the fact that you saw the movie and he was running down the street with the paper boat. He was playing with the paper boat. The boat went into the sewer. It was in the sewer and, lured his hand in with the balloon. And that's how he killed him. That was in the movie and in the book. The book is written by Stephen King. He's one of the kings of horror, as most people call him. A lot of the movies that you probably have known about, Misery, Pet Cemetery, I think, a lot of other stuff Stephen King wrote as books. And then they have people like Dean Koontz, whatever. Anyways, we off topic. Let's get back to NXT. So, like I said, the metaphor was backstage getting a tarot cards read, and Shotzi had some daunting news. Okay, basically, Shotzi told her, told Noam Dar, hey, listen, keep the shit that you covet the most very close, because if you don't, you're gonna lose it. Noam Dar was like, this is a wonky. Like, okay. And baby, oh my God, are you okay? How did you do that? Your hair been pink. Also, ready in my hair and everything, and I mean everything is pink. Ew. I feel like I wasn't supposed to know that.
Dark side. I had it in the palm of my hand. but I lost
Not you lost it. So Noah Dar was back there arguing with the metaphor because they was like, Oro Mensa, that blackness activated real quick. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is like some shit you ain't supposed to be fucking with. I don't like this. I don't like it. And Lash just sit up there like, I don't deal and dabble in this shit. This ain't right. All of a sudden, Akira Tozawa come right up behind him, quiet as a church mouse, and straight up swiper no swiping. Swipe this motherfucker's trophy right from behind them. Okay? And baby, they looking around, looking around for everything. Then if about an hour or so later, you get a little text message from Akira. He got the damn trophy. And he told him, if you want it back, you're going to have to come to this haunted house. So y'all know every year for Halloween, there's a haunted house segment, okay? This time, it's Akira Tozawa and Noam Dar with the metaphor. They're going to be the ones going into the haunted house looking for Akira and the trophy. All right? So that was cute. Now, let's get to Carmelo. Let us talk about Mello. I guess this means everything else is pink. I mean, he said everything. Woo! I mean, the sink, the bathroom counter, y'all. Ugh. I did. Oh. Don't be nasty. No, don't be weird. Don't be weird. Don't get weird. You're the one who said everything is pink. I'm like, ew. What are you doing? Find something to do. Carmelo Hayes was talking, of course, to Vic Joseph. I don't know why I called him Vic. He was talking to Vic Joseph, and Vic just straight up asked him, "Did you attack your best friend?" Now, Carmelo answered the question, but then again, he didn't. Essentially, what he said was, "That's my dog. That's my homie, and he knows me better than that." It was something along those lines, but it was not a direct no per se. He moved into the space of, I'm going to do what I got to do regardless. Now, as the conversation progressed between them, he ended up bringing Trick up again. And he definitely said that no matter who's in his way, he was going to get that title back. It was his moment and it was his time. Nobody was taking it away from him. And Vic was just like, well, you brought him up again. So, you know, he was like, what's going on, Mello? Like, did you do this or not? And Carmelo was like, he said, what if Trick would have won? You know what I'm saying? And had the opportunity. He was like, everybody want to talk about me. You sound like everybody on social media. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that I get another opportunity at being at the top of the mountain. I know what that feels like, being the WWE NXT champion. It's not the same as being North American champion. It's a whole other vibe. You feel me? And he was like, nobody knows what that feels like except for people who've been in my shoes. And I want my title back. As simple as that. And he was like, no matter who's in my way, I'm going to get it back. And I was like, ooh, them's fighting words. Now, everybody thinks that Carmelo attacked Trick Williams. Is it possible that he attacked him? Sure, of course it is. It can be viable. But given the fact that Shawn Michaels likes a good swerve, I'm going to lean more in the direction of Carmelo was not the one who attacked Trick Williams. It was more than likely somebody like Dijak or even Braun Breaker himself. I do not believe that Carmelo did it, mainly because they're leaning into Carmelo way too much for my liking. So that's where I'm going to leave it. That's where I'm going to leave it. Everybody's coming up to him. Even Shotzi and Scarlett was like, we know the truth about your friend, Tricky Trick. We know what happened between you two. We know what you did. And he was just like, nah, like I didn't do that. Y'all not finna put that on me. Everybody thinks I did it. And I'm like, ooh, it's a little too tight in here. I don't know if I like it. He said, I'm not being weird. I am not being weird. We put a yam in there again. He put that I and that yam in there. So exactly, Tirza. That's what I was saying. I'm just saying, this says I'm scrubbing the damn sink and anything else that got pink dye on it. Hold on, y'all.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it.
If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Rolling 80 wheels in a safety. Riding on you. Gotta roll over to you, gotta give and release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock, I'll be with you. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in harmony.
A claps. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck, this chess games, but shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more purple rain prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalists, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens down.
A claps.
We lose everybody. Okay. How to use the facilities. Okie dokie. Let me get these comments out the way. She said, Beyonce did say paint the world pussy pink. I don't think she meant it literally. And what Rico know about that? Rico ain't. Never mind. He don't know nothing about that. I think Carmelo attacking him is too obvious. I think it was Wesley. Ooh. You know what I thought about yesterday? Nicole and everybody else. I thought about the Rascals losing those titles back to ABC. And I was like, what if WWE offered them a contract and got all of them on the NXT show together? Like, what if he was like, okay, Zack signs a little, penny ante contract. They get the titles. They go back to Impact. And then what if he's like, okay, enough time has passed. Trey Miguel's ready. We can have all of them come over here together. We're going to leave Wesley out, pull Wesley from TV for a little bit, have him come back, and they all re-debut sans Trey Miguel. He'll be the new man. But they all debut together back in NXT. Y'all ain't never seen regular show. That shit is hilarious. That's a good choice, Nicole, right? Because nobody's seen Wesley in a minute. It's been a couple months. And it would make sense. You feel me? Don said, because I was going to look behind the stove and I saw these warm looking things in. I've killed like 5 in the past 10 minutes. And I was like, these worm looking things. What the fuck? Oh, give me the plug, baby. So I was pulling it by the handle because I know I can't move it from the back. And the shit broke. Oh, hell. Wait, what? You broke the stove? Yeah, child. Yes, the glass on the front. My goodness. Yep, thank you. I just ate 2 salmon burgers and a half a bag of fun-size Snickers chocolate ice cream. And chocolate ice cream? Lord, have mercy. Was you hungry? With rainbow sprinkles, and I'm washing it down with a glass of wine. Lord, have mercy. That time of the month. Baby, you can't eat like that. You know what they say, it's always the one that you least suspect. We can still use it, but be the glass is gone. And my mom said I'm going to have to pay for it. And I'm like, I'm sure, but still. Goodness. So where was I at? I was talking about Carmelo, right? All right. So there were some more vignettes in the back. We got a little vignette between the new tag team champions and the current women's tag team champions for the main roster. For whatever reason, Chelsea and Piper were showing up. Now, next week on NXT's continuation of Halloween Havoc, JC and Thea are going to be facing off against the tag team champions of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I don't know if it's for the championships. I think it's just a match, but they're going to be facing off against them. Sir, oh, good question. If you got a warranty, you can just go ahead and have them come out there and fix it. I'd be more worried about the bugs, but hey, priorities, I guess. It's the way that you word things in your responses to people and their conversation skill, your conversation skills more specifically, Aaliyah, that makes people believe that you are being very shady when you're speaking. I honestly would like to practice saying, or more specifically, typing it out so it doesn't come across as shade, because this reads very shady to me. I really want you to practice when you speak to say it so that people won't take it the wrong way, because this doesn't help. Like it doesn't help at all. I think when he said it was worm like, I think he meant like there's a little fibers that was coming out of the stove, but you gotta be a little bit more tactful when you say things. Not everybody is gonna respond the way I do. Most people are gonna take it as you are coming at their neck. Trust me when I say there's a certain way you're gonna have to learn how to speak, and I'm not telling you to change what you say, but there's always a better way to say it. And this came across as very, it's giving shade, and you shouldn't be shading them. You already, I'll put it this way: when it's something that's going on with you, you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. So let's be kind in that regard. I work 2 days straight, and I'm working on from Friday to Monday. I think I need a drink. Oh Lord. I think it does have a warranty. If it has a warranty, you need to call the company and see if they can send somebody out to fix it. If they can't, they'll replace it for you. So you should be fine. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. Sidebar: when the fuck did microwaves become so expensive? Baby, everything is expensive. Okay? They keep making everything smart and fucking Wi-Fi connected. So now you got to pay an arm, a leg, and give a pint of blood every time you buy something. They hate us. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it is that they hate us. For us to be the same age, your communication is ass. Do better, please. Because I'm a good person, not a nice person. Jesus. Jesus be offense. It's giving shady and just not nice. It's take no energy. It takes no energy or effort to be kind. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't say what you want to say, but there's just a certain way that you have to learn how to speak. And even when you're typing it online, think about how it can come across when you type it, because while we may know each other, it still can come across as shady, and everybody's not going to perceive it the same way. They're going to come at you the way that you came at them. Because I'm reading it and I'm just like, how does this help me in any way, shape, or form? Child, I've been drinking. I got today and tomorrow off, and it's the first time my 2 off days been back to back in 4 weeks. I'm looking for new microwaves, and the one I want is damn near $300. And I'm like, duh fuck. Does it air fry too? Because sometimes the combo microwaves cost too much money, honey. All right, y'all. Where else was I? We was talking about the little vignettes in the back. So, like I said, you're gonna have JC and Thea going up against Chelsea and Piper next week. You're also gonna have the finals of the women's breakout tournament. The men are gonna compete next week. Oh, and we also saw that Nathan Frazier has issued a challenge to Dominic Mysterio, and it has been accepted. Dominic Mysterio will face off against Nathan Frazier for the North American Championship. We love that for Nathan. We love that for him. And what else did I miss? Did I miss anything for NXT? He said, and nah, Tiff, these are like gray. These worms are like gray and kind of crunchy, but thin as hell. What? Did you Google it? Hold on. I'm gonna Google that. Gray worms, crunchy, and thin. Are they millipedes? They could be millipedes. Lyra did win. Yes, Dosey Do and Tia Tamara. Oh wow. The way this is Chelsea and Piper's first defense in like 100 days. Oh wow. I tried. But my best friend called me during the match. Lyra won. Yes, she did. She won while Jade Cargill was overlooking the match. Now, Tirza did a bit of foreshadowing, which in all fairness, as did I, and so did Gerard. We all saw the writing on the wall. Jade Cargill is gonna be in NXT. Okay. Now, he said they may be, but I don't see legs. They saying that there's all types of millipedes, and some of them are cylindrical, and I don't know, babes, but I think it could be a millipede. Anywhoosies, Jade Cargill was sitting up at the top in the back. She had her two bodyguards. She had this one light bright, big buff ass white light skinned dude. I was like, okay, Jade, get you a piece. The other one was a white boy, and he wasn't much to look at. But that black dude that was next to her, that baby's hair was waving. It was crispy, and he was cute, but he was a little bald in the face. And I don't like it when men be over the age of 21 and they ain't got no beard. I feel like you're a little ass boy, and I don't like that. But anyway, you can't be bald. You gotta have a beard, okay? Anyways, Jade watched the whole match. Okay, she was sitting there enjoying herself, had her green fur on, and had her beautiful dress on. And when Lyra won, she looked up. You saw Becky look up at Jade clapping, and I was like, me and Gerard both was like, oh shit. Now here's the deal. Two tiers of credit, she is correct. The reason why Lyra probably got the title is so one, NXT can have an NXT champion and they can move forward with their champion in-house. Number two, it is so when Jay does begin, she beats NXT talent, not somebody who is coming from another show to be champion and, pretty much take out the current champion, which was Tiffany Stratton. This is all working to build Tiffany, not to build Tiffany, but to build Jade as that unstoppable force moving into that championship and maintaining that championship. I guarantee you, Jade Cargill will probably be champion for a year or more, depending on who's coming into NXT and how that will work out for her. They don't want to get boring, you know what I'm saying? They want to move into a space where they can maintain that momentum that she has coming in. The foreshadowing is more than likely it will be Lyra Valkyria versus Jade Cargill at some point. Will it be sooner rather than later? I can't really tell you. But I prefer her beat somebody like Lyra and then Lyra move forward rather than for her to beat somebody like Becky, who is at the pinnacle of the company right now. Logically, it just would not make sense to keep the title on her and have her feud in NXT when you can wait and hold out and have that caliber of match on a main pay-per-view like Money in the Bank, like Survivor Series, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, the list goes on. So I am not opposed to Becky dropping that title to Lyra. In fact, I'm glad that Lyra has it. It was time for a face champion. They didn't really have an opportunity to have a face champion. And then when you have Jade, Jade will probably straddle the line or be a heel towards Lyra for a little while. And depending on who she goes up against, that may change. You feel what I'm saying? So it's going to be an interesting time in NXT. And it looks like the ebbs and the highs and flows and lows of all the things that's going on is all going to flow through Jade Cargill pretty much when it comes to that women's division. But I'm excited because it seemed like it's going to be a fun time. You got a strong champion in Lyra Valkyria. She's going to put out that fight every single time. So I'm okay with Lyra being at the top of the mountain at this current point. She always has excellent matches. She's good on the microphone for right now. There's not really anything bad I can say about her. So I'm happy for her, and I'm glad that Becky was the one to pass the torch. This is the first time two Irish girls have ever competed in a main event ever. They had Fit Finlay talking about it on WWE Twitter and on their website. It was an exclusive, and he was talking about Lyra and Becky. And of course, all of Ireland was watching, so it's been a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of what Becky has been able to do with that NXT Women's Championship. She's been elevating it. Now I don't know how Xia Li gonna feel about it, but I know that woman ain't gonna be happy. She definitely ain't gonna be happy. He said, which is good. I also said she has enough time to everything. Yeah. Becky has been a phenomenal NXT champion. She should be very proud. I agree. And Shawn or whoever will do her story justice. Period. She has 4 to 5 defenses. She outworking Rhea, and she had a smaller championship. If I'm being fair, NXT is a smaller market, and Becky outworked Rhea Ripley within 2 months' time, whereas Rhea's been champion for over 8 months, and she's just now getting competition. I'm just saying. If Jade is in fact going to NXT, she is definitely going to get that title. What she's been able. I mean, I think she is going to NXT. I don't think that she's going to go to the main roster just yet because when you really think about it, NXT is probably the best place for people who have children who want to have a more stable lifestyle. You know what I mean? When it comes to NXT, they don't travel on a weekly basis. They only travel for the pay-per-views, and those are few and far between. So Jade doesn't have to do the strenuous work schedule on the main roster that she and she doesn't have to do all that stuff on like she would have to if she was on the main roster. So if I was her, I would pick NXT as well. NXT also is where all of your budding talent is. And in my opinion, that's where you're going to get the most challenge and the most work. And on top of that, that also boosts NXT women's division tremendously. And it's already one of the best divisions in the company. Well, more specifically in the wrestling world, period, next to Impact, if I'm being fair, because Impact's women's division has always been solid. With that being said, her being there and her getting, she's going to get a lot of work done, a lot of out, she's going to have a lot of workouts. Basically, she's going to have a lot of competition in that women's division because everybody's looking to prove themselves, everybody's looking to build themselves up, whereas on the main roster it's not like that. The main roster is a little bit more lax because everybody has already done that. They've already gotten themselves together, most of them. They've already been able to prove what they've been capable of. So they don't have to have that same drive and tenacity that I say you would have to be in NXT. So it's an interesting time. But if I was Jade, that's where I would go. And I do believe that that's where she's picking, that she's going to NXT. Child, the way I found out Finley been the one training all the PC girls, and that's why they all got the juice. Oh, yeah. Finley's been working. Finley's always been with the women's division, though. He's always been a very big proponent of them training, and he's always been a very big stickler for advocating for them. Oh, Finley. Everyone out working Rhea. Well, to hear everybody else tell it, that's not true, but That's another conversation for another day. Okay. Period. Which isn't entirely Rhea's fault, but let's call a thing here. Fair. That's a fair assessment. I won't blame her specifically, but looking at her counterpart in the championship in terms of Io Sky has had better matches and less matches than Rhea Ripley, but she's had better matches. Her match quality is impeccable. Whether Bailey cheats for her or not doesn't matter. She's had better matches than Rhea has. The feuds haven't been as great, but Rhea's stuff is always wrapped up in Judgment Day somehow. And quite frankly, I don't care for that. But like I said, it's another conversation for another day. Finley has always been a major component for the women. He was always the head trainer when Trish and Lita were there, and he was one of the main people who trained Trish. It's fair, so realism wise, we know how Jade is in the ring. She's not super crisp, but she's good. NXT is a good place to hone in. Look, what's done for Dom is look what it's done for Dom. His wrestling has never been bad, but it has gotten better, and I 100% agree with that. That is a very valid statement. Dominic Mysterio, especially him working with Dragon Lee, hella improvement in his wrestling. And that's a conversation for tomorrow. Fair. Now, why ain't Finley Magic work on Cora? Well, Cora ain't there. Fair. Now drop it. I think Cora just need a little bit more time to develop into her too. I don't think Cora's just sitting at home on her hands. I think she's working and maintaining herself. I mean, she will get it. She'll get there. I mean, the same was said of Becky. Y'all said the same thing. A lot of people said the same thing about Becky. Becky improved and became a star. I think Cora has something, but if she's going to continue to be lackadaisical and not improve like her friend Roxy has, then she's not going to go anywhere either. She's just going to be another bony ass white girl with titties wrestling sometimes places. Cora and them hard titties, child. I know I said the same about Becky. Definitely did. I'm saying some people are late bloomers. They need a little bit more time. And I think Cora is, she might get in her way a little bit sometimes, but people will improve. I think Cora will improve as well. All right, y'all, listen. I'm Miss Tired, okay? I will be back tomorrow. I'll probably be late tomorrow because I have to do the podcast with the girlies. So I will be late tomorrow. Everybody can come in tomorrow. I probably won't get on until around 10:30, 11. Hopefully, if I'm earlier than that, it'll give you a notification. But I'll try to post on Instagram and other places that people follow so y'all can see when I go live. We'll come back and revisit this conversation tomorrow. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Okay. I will see you guys in my next one. Tomorrow is Freestyle Wednesday, so we could do lifestyle combo, we could do wrestling combo and SPC chat stuff and just chill. All right. Have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow.